Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Product of the Month webinar. And I would like to introduce myself. My name's Louise Riley, and I'm the Advisory Board member for the UK, Ireland and Iceland. And today I am being joined by Sapphire Manager Lisa Walsh from Ireland, who will take you through the retail section of the training. So the product of the month, or should I say the products of the month, are actually the RG, the Aloe Cooling Lotion, and also the Forever Move. First of all, I'd like to welcome all our international FBOs, and please remember that some of the content that we get may be slightly different in the UK, so please check your local markets with your country office. And also, can you just check that your settings are correct and you can actually see me? And I obviously would look forward to sharing some information with you, first of all, about the RG. Now, we have lots and lots of different information that can help you. There's some assets, there's also social posts. So you can see a link on this particular slide that will be able to take you to everything that you need, and that is going to be available from the 1st of June. But as I said, the first product that I want to talk to you about is actually our RG Plus. And a lot of people will talk to me about taking the RG, thinking it is just a product to take if you are specifically being active, and that could be sports performance. Well, of course, we can say, yes, it is a great product for that. However, let's start to think about the RG in a different way. And we're hitting the summer. Well, we'd like to think we're hitting the summer if the sun decides to stay out and the rain decides to stay in. And when it comes to the summer months, it gives us that kind of opportunity of that feeling, oh, I want to get outside, I want to spend more time with the family, have some fun picnics, or go and play a family game of rounders, whatever it happens to be. And what often happens in the summer, when we start to move our bodies more than we have in the winter, just general things, not literally going to the gym or doing a lot of active sport as let's say in sports performance or athletes, but generally just moving our body. And when we start to move our body and we start to use our muscles and also our skeletal system, all of our bones and our joints, we might start to hear some creaks, or we start to notice that things we don't feel so mobile as we thought we would. So when we're thinking about being active, and a lot of people will associate taking the RG, as I said, as something that specifically that you'd be taking when you are going to the gym, that being active, I want you to start thinking about it in a different way. That is the everyday things of being active. So even though we might say the summer is when we start to really move our bodies more, let's think about how we can continue to take the RG all year round. It can be that you notice that things are not quite the way you want them to be, or you want to be as mobile as you possibly can. Simple things like getting out of bed or picking clothes up off the floor, even kind of like walking up the stairs or walking the dog. All those different things, it's about being active and it's about moving our body. So let's think about these products, and especially the RG is one of those everyday essentials. And I actually take the RG myself every single day. And I'm not someone that's going to the gym or going and doing a massive workout or an Iron Woman or anything like that. I don't do that kind of thing, but I take it every day because I know the health benefits as a drink on its own. So first of all, let's just have a look at the basics of what you have in the RG Plus. So a lot of people will refer to it as being a drink for a sports drink, for performance. but it has this wonderful, wonderful array of berries. Now, if you look at all the different berries that are in there, you can see there are things like grapeseed extract, blackcurrant, pomegranate, elderberry, raspberry, blueberry. And if you actually notice, all of these fruits have very dark skins, dark red and purple. Now, what does that actually mean? It means that because they have dark colors, nature makes it really easy for us to identify where we can find what we call antioxidants. And antioxidants come in the form of things like vitamins A, C, and E. Always remember that with the word ACE. And one of the things that antioxidants do, they are there to kind of mop up any of the free radicals that go roaming around our body. Now, free radicals are produced when we are pushing our body, when we're stressing our body out. And so what we have in this is a drink that contains all of these wonderful fruit extracts, which, as I said, nature makes it very easy for us to identify. Anything that have these dark red, rich colors, purples and blues, is a sign that there are antioxidants present within those particular foods. So those are antioxidants. Now, not only does it taste nice, but also it means that all of those antioxidants will be going around your circulatory system as you are taking the RG. And let me explain how that works. Well, this is down to the fact that in the RG, we have the RG plus. So part of the plus is all of those fruit extracts, but let's just focus on the RG. So RG is the short word for L-arginine. And L-arginine is an amino acid. It's a semi-essential amino acid, and it is found in different kinds of foods, including red meats and poultry, also in fish, soy, whole grains, beans, and dairy. Now, it is very important for lots of different roles in the body, including it is definitely necessary for making proteins. Now, when we think about protein, protein comes in lots of different forms, but this has a role in making proteins that are proteins that we will find in things like our muscles and also in our joints. So that is why it is essential for the making of proteins. Now, what happens? Amino acids, we say, are the building blocks for proteins. So they go into the body as, like you might say, an amino acid, and they start to build up and work together to actually make proteins in the body. However, L-arginine also has another role in the body. In fact, it has many roles in the body, but the one that we really want to focus on here, and one of the kind of main reasons you might say that it has been put into this particular drink, is because it is important for something for nitric oxide production. Now, if you look at this slide here, you can see these are in fact, they're supposed to be blood vessels. And if you look at the little things that are going around in the blood vessels, those are our blood cells, our red blood cells. Now, what do red blood cells do? They have many roles, but one of the roles is to carry something called oxygen, which I'm sure you know is very important, and also nutrients. So these will carry all of these things like nutrients and iron and oxygen around the body. Now, we have about 60,000 miles of blood vessels, and the 60,000 miles of blood vessels is the connection, you might say the motorway connection, to all of our different cells. So we have trillions of cells, for about 47 trillion cells in the body, and all of those cells need to have nutrients, and they also need to have oxygen. So these red blood cells are carrying all the good things to all of our cells, which is fantastic. However, what can also help is the speed of how we are getting everything that is delivered to our cells, because we know that our body needs all the nutrients. So imagine this is like the motorway, and as you can see, the one at the bottom is wider than the one at the top. That is because if we can get our blood vessels to relax, think about it logically. If your blood vessel is wider, then it can be easier for more blood vessels carrying, the blood cells carrying all of the oxygen and the nutrients to get to your different bodily cells easier. So how can we make that happen? That is this thing called nitric oxide. And nitric oxide lines all of our blood vessels. And one of the things that can activate the nitric oxide is having L-arginine, because L-arginine, as I said, it's a substrate for nitric oxide. So you might say it starts the process. And it's very important for helping our blood vessels to relax, which is vasodilation. So that's one of the roles. And another thing that L-arginine is really good for, it works alongside our growth hormone, our human growth hormone. Now, our human growth hormone is a hormone that helps our body go through its recovery phase, and our body recovers while we sleep at night. And L-arginine enhances the response of the human growth hormone. That's another role. And then also it has a role in supporting the production of insulin. And insulin, if you imagine insulin is like little funnels, and they go into your cell. And what these little funnels do, these insulin funnels, they help with the delivery of glucose into our cells. Now, glucose is actually the fuel that our cells need to function on. So as you can see, L-arginine has a lot of different roles in supporting in our body's production and support of energy all the way through our body, the delivery of nutrients, oxygen, and also all our cells, as I said, they all need the delivery of energy for them to be able to function correctly. So L-arginine, as you can see, is something that is important for our body to support our body every single day, and not just when we're thinking about going to the gym. So just to summarize on the RG+, we've got 5 grams of L-arginine. Why 5 grams? Because that is the amount that actually has an effect. The best thing to do is, if we're just going to go down to where it says how to take it, well, you can add it to water. You can have it with your favorite aloe drink. In fact, what I do in the mornings, I always add a sachet of my RG to my shake. So I have a shake every morning, the Forever Light Ultra. I put a big handful of spinach in there, and I add in the RG, and also I take the NutriQ10, but I'm adding it in there, so you can do that. And you can also enjoy it hot, but it says take it directly, because if someone is wanting to take it while they are being active in sports, so this is one of the things where we get into the sports performance part of it, not just taking it every day. Now remember, taking it every day, you'd probably take it in the morning because you're taking it as a supportive role. But then if you are being active, let's say a lot of work that I've done has been in the past with professional footballers. And I always give this example because a lot of people kind of get this. So, because when you need to drink the RG, in every single case, you need to drink the RG kind of within a few minutes. Don't sip it. Don't just have it on your desk and keep sipping it, because you need to get the 5 grams of L-arginine into your body in one go. So because the 5 grams is going to have the effect to relax your blood vessels, you need to have enough there. What happens, our body uses that up. And after about an hour, you've used up the power of the L-arginine. And of course, if it is having an effect on our blood vessels, then we know that it's not going to keep that situation for long if it's been used up. So when I'm talking about footballers, then we'd want to make sure we get a good support to the body with oxygen and nutrients. So you'd have an RG before they went to play football. So 10 minutes before going out on the field, they'd take an RG. And it takes around about 8 to 10 minutes for the L-arginine to start to be able to have an effect working alongside the nitric oxide. And then, because it started to be used up, it kind of reaches what we call its peak after about an hour. And then after that, it's not so effective, like lots of different things. So to keep the effect, then the footballers would have another RG at half time. And then that would then help and support them all the way through the first half and the second half, because obviously first half and second half together is 90 minutes. So that's why we're taking 2. And then they'd take another one when they would finish. And that is because that we have tired muscles, and that tired muscles want support, they want nutrients, they want oxygen. And so it's a really good idea to take another RG after actually being really, really active in sport. But then you can also take one at night time. And the reason for taking one at night time is because, remember what I said about the human growth hormone. The human growth hormone is there to support the body through its recovery phase. So you can see in that particular instant, when you're really, really active, you can see you've used one, your body's used it. It doesn't build up in your body uses it. So you took 3 in one go and then one at night time. So you can really kind of mix and match it. But that is if you're being really, really active. Me, I take one every single day, first thing in the morning. Okay, I know I spent quite a bit of time talking about that, but that is one of our key products that you might say is an ingredient in there that is super, super special. And alongside the RG and also all those fruits, we have a whole array of vitamins that are there to support your energy. Now we're going to move on to one of our supplements, and this is Forever Move. And there's a bit of a clue in the title there. And if you actually have a look over on the other side of the screen, it says great for anyone on the move. Now, what do we mean by that? Once again, let's just kind of let go of always thinking about these products for people who are being really active. So in fact, it can be for anybody on the move. It can be for people who lead busy lifestyles, active, as we've already said, sports and fitness enthusiasts, but also people who are maturing. And remember what I said about getting out of bed in the morning, wanting to put your socks on, maybe up and down the stairs with ease, and even going for an enjoyable walk with the dog, or being able to go for a longer walk with the dog. So it's not always thinking about being really, really active. It's about anyone who wants to be on the move. There's 2 main ingredients that we get in the Forever Move. The first one is turmeric. In fact, we want to park the turmeric level of it, but talk about the specific heart of the turmeric root, and that is curcumin. Now, a lot of people know about turmeric because it is used in spicy foods, in curries, and especially because this beautiful color that it is actually used as coloring. And I'm sure you're aware that it can actually stain things, hence the reason it's used as coloring. But if you want to get the full benefit of turmeric, you need to take the heart of it, the active part, which is the curcumin. The challenge you have with curcumin is that it is not very bioavailable. So what we mean by that is that it's the way that our body uses. So if you're just taking turmeric, if you're just getting powder that you can get in a supermarket and sprinkle it in your food and thinking, wow, I've heard many people talk about why you take turmeric. I'm just going to do that. I can sprinkle it on my food. I can put it in my curries, whatever. I'm getting the benefit. You have to ask yourself a question, because you might be putting it into your body, but your body might struggle to use it. It's because it is really difficult to kind of be kept in the body to be used. It is not bioavailable. So there has been so much research done around turmeric, because turmeric is known how for its health benefits over the years. And BioKirk is this really, really special ingredient that we've put into ours. And what the company has done, they have taken the curcumin and they wanted to make it bioavailable to the body. And that is, first of all, that our body can absorb it correctly. And also, how soluble is it in the body? Is it something that it can break down and be used? So these two things were looked at and have actually made this really super ingredient, which is called BioKirk. Now, the reason I put that on the slide is because I really suggest that you go away and do your homework, you might say, and read up on the trials that have been done with BioKirk and really understand how the company has actually gone forward and found a super ingredient that is going to get into your body and your body can use. So alongside having the BioKirk, we have another ingredient, which is actually something called NEM, natural eggshell membrane. You can see on the slide the actual painted name there. And what's interesting, if you look at BioKirk and you look at NEM, they are both provided, these ingredients are provided by Stratum Nutrition. So once again, forever, what do we do all the time? We search the globe, we search everywhere for the most powerful ingredients that we can add into our products. So what we do, I always say it's a bit like making a Christmas cake, and you want to make your own special recipe Christmas cake. That's what Forever do. They make their own special recipe cake and they source the finest ingredients, just like you may want to do if you're making a Christmas cake. You want to source the finest ingredients, but you also have your own special way of making it that becomes something that's just for you. And that's how Forever work. They take the ingredients they can, the finest ingredients, and then they have their own special recipe. And that's what we have with the NEM. But let's just talk about natural eggshell membrane. And why would you want to have this eggshell membrane? Well, there's a picture on the screen here, and it is literally that. It is literally that, the lining inside the egg. And it is actually, the story goes from the company that provides the NEM, that it actually was sourced from a company that used to, or still do, I think, make cakes, talking about making cakes. And what happened, there was so much waste from all the eggshells after using eggs in the cakes, that the company thought, hang on a minute, look at all these eggshells. What could we do with all these eggshells? Is there anything we could do with them? Because obviously we know that the eggshell themselves are full of calcium. So that's why a lot of people will use eggshells, and they will use it for the mineral content. But the research was done into what was actually in the membrane. And the membrane, as you can see, it is composed of more protein. It's a fibrous protein, and it is predominantly collagen, which is interesting to know. And also these other ingredients, these bioactive components, and these are GAGs. Now, the thing about these GAGs is that you actually have these in normal healthy joints of humans as well. So first of all, we have, and they have these different sulfates. So there's dermatan sulfate that is found in here. And dermatan sulfate, it has a role in your body when it becomes more active, when, for example, you've got a wound that needs knitting together, or there's been an injury or anything like that, that our body will use the dermatan sulfate for that. Also, hyaluronic acid. Hyaluronic acid is naturally occurring all the way through the body, and it attracts moisture. And one of the things that hyaluronic acid does as well, you find it around, especially synovial joints. What it does, it's within that synovial joint and the synovial fluid, hyaluronic acid will actually help to kind of with the cushioning, but also to help to put the nutrients into the area and take toxins out. So it has many roles around healthy joints. and also chondroitin sulfate as well. So these are all healthy sulfates that are found in normal healthy joints. And guess what? We find them within the eggshell membrane. Now, why this is a patented process is because, first of all, it is separated from the eggshell by using only steam. And by doing that, it is preserving all the nutrients that's in that membrane. So you take the natural eggshell membrane, you take the BioCurt, you put them together, and then you start to think about the power of that product to support you for anybody who wants to keep on the move. And then our topical product, the aloe cooling lotion. Now, the aloe cooling lotion is, I say, it's a little bit of a secret product because it does more than what it says on the label. Yes, it's there as a refreshing, and if you're refreshing maybe aches and tired muscles, joints, anything when you've been maybe on the go, on the move, not just on the move, you might have been standing all day, you may have a job where you're standing on your feet all day, or you may have been shopping until you're dropping and you have tired feet. So it's a great product that you can use, especially on your muscles. And what's really important about all of our topical products is this award that we have, and the derma test. And this shows that that all the tests that are done, it's giving you quality assurance, and also knowing that it is safety and quality assurance. You might say that people can use this product and know that it's a great product to use topically. And of course, people do have concerns about using things topically, especially if they have sensitive skin. So you'll find the derma test on all of Forever's topical products that we use in all of the different areas that we have, whether we have them on our face or our hands or our body, you'll find this derma test. So when you're looking at any of our products, you can see that, like the RG, read the label. Start to read the labels to understand the products a little bit more, because I think sometimes when we just look at the product from the front. I think it's really powerful to look at the product from the back, because it does give you a list of ingredients to get to really understand what you have in the product, often more than is just on the front. So there are lots more ingredients in this product rather than the menthol, the eucalyptus and the aloe. But take a look, because once again, the way that we make our products is always down to this kind of special Forever recipe, you might say. So what makes this product quite interesting? It starts off cool. And because it feels really cool, it feels like that kind of refreshing and invigorating. But then the magic happens. You can feel it start to warm up, and you can feel this glow. And wherever you have applied it, you can start to feel this relaxing, soothing, warming feeling. So don't kind of be surprised when it goes on. It's like, oh my gosh, it's really cold. No, it really starts to warm up. And I think that is really important, because a lot of your customers, a lot of your clients will say that they're looking for something to put on their muscles that is going to give them this warming, soothing sensation. So this is definitely the one that you would use for warming and soothing any tired muscles. We have another product that is our MSM gel. And that one is definitely one that is more of a stays cool. So a little bit of advice is that when you're talking to somebody about a product, they may say, I'm looking for something to soothe my muscles. I'm looking for something to put on just to soothe my joints. What would you suggest? The first question to ask them, do you feel that you want to put something on that is cool and stays cool, or do you want to put something on that is warming? What do you think is going to be more beneficial, or you feel you're looking for? And if they say they're looking for something that's cool, I really want something that's cool, because maybe that area feels hot, they want to cool it down, then you'd use the MSM gel. But if they say, oh no, I really feel I want to like something to massage and it's warming and soothing, then you'd go for the cooling lotion. So don't be kind of like put off by the name cooling. Like I said, this cooling and warming. So how would you use it? When would you use it? It's a great product that you can use to massage, let's say, into your neck, across your shoulders. Now, it might be that you are someone that sits at a computer screen for long hours and you just feel like you want to put something on what I like to call computer neck. So if you get computer neck or driving neck, anything like that, it's an amazing magical product for that. Across your shoulders, also into your lower back. I know a lot of ladies like to use it at a certain time of the month where they massage it into that area. Also, if you feel you've got a little bit of tension in your head, why not massage it into the temples? And of course, anywhere where you have muscles and joints. So you may feel, oh, yeah, with your elbows or your knees, wherever. It's an amazing product. It smells incredible. And as I said, you can just feel this warming sensation. It goes into your skin really quickly. It's not greasy. So it's the product that you can take anywhere. Put it in your gym bag. You can use it before exercise to help to warm up the muscles before exercise, and you can put it on after exercise to relax those muscles that have been worked. And you can use it, keep it in your car. So if you're somebody that's doing a lot of driving or long distance, or taxi drivers, or HGV drivers, or anyone that's kind of on the road a lot and getting a lot of tension when you're driving, I know myself that I can definitely feel that across in my arm and my shoulder when I'm driving long distances. Great product for that. Or, as I said, keep it on your desk at work, especially if you are spending a long time looking at the computer and you're feeling you're getting computer neck. Or it's just something that you can just keep on your bedside table, and before you go to bed and you've had one of those days where you've been on the go and you just want to literally massage it into your neck, your shoulders, into your temples, down your back, why not pamper yourself? And it is suitable for vegetarians and vegans. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to ask my really good friend, in fact, my best friend, Lisa, who's a Sapphire manager. She is absolutely amazing at retailing. I've done numerous events with her, and she definitely knows how to talk to people about the products. So Lisa, are you there? There she is.
Hi, Louise. Can you hear me?
I can, yes. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to mute myself, and hopefully my camera will go off at the same time. And if you just say to me, if you want, when you want me to move the slides on, I'll do that for you. So bear with me.
All right. Okay, so hi, everybody. I'm Lisa Walsh, and as Louise said, I do retail a lot of products, mainly through events. I've met most of my customers through events, and the others I have met through activities that we do. So basically, the reason that I would be one of the top retailers of RG cooling lotion and Move probably comes down to my daughter. So I have a daughter who's an event writer, and basically, so we use a lot of the products, and then people tend to ask her what she uses. People that she works with and stuff, and people that she trains tend to ask her what she uses. So starting with the RG, we've been using that for many years, really. I don't know if Louise, is the RG on the first slide? We move slides.
No, it's just that picture there. Just use that picture.
Okay, no worries. So the RG we really use pre-workout. So when I say pre-workout, let's say we're going eventing, we might take that, say, before the cross-country run, because a little bit like somebody who's running marathons or something, it's quite hard on the body and you need a lot of energy for it. So we do find that within, you know, half an hour or so of taking RG, you definitely get sort of more sort of oxygenated blood. So you definitely have the energy to go on that quick run. So it's kind of probably like a 6-minute run cross country, almost like a race, almost like a Grand National. And for those of you who don't know eventing, and so you kind of need to have a very high energy level to do it. So we tend to use RG for that. Now, my husband also uses RG just because as you start to mature, he'll kill me for saying that, but as you start to mature, you know, you want to take care of your health and you want to take care of the health of your arteries. And RG is quite good for keeping everything open and running well. So yeah, so the RG, predominantly the RG more for adults. I just see a quick question there about for children. I would be giving it more to adults, but look, it's entirely up to yourself what you do. But for me, my daughter's been taking it from about 16 years old. So my husband takes it as well. We do sell that product. The cooling lotion, also, again, because we have riders in the house who know other riders, everybody's got their aches and their pains, you know, and they've had falls and strains. So the cooling lotion is in permanent use in our house. All of these products, I'll also talk to you a little bit about retailing them and how I retail them. But the cooling lotion is a big hit. For those of you who are, I know a lot of people are missing the heat lotion, and I tend to just say to people, look, we don't have the heat lotion anymore. This is our more advanced formula. So that would be my tip for selling the cooling lotion from somebody who says, you know, I want the cooling lotion. That's the one I want. Can we not have that back? I just say, look, this is a more advanced formula. As Louise also explained a little bit earlier, the cooling lotion also does kind of have that warming effect. So you sort of get a cool effect and then you get a warm effect, which, to be honest, I felt the same with the heat lotion, that it was kind of a little bit cool and then a little bit warm. So the cooling lotion, I also think, well, I find, because Louise talked about earlier, you know, you need to use the product yourself. I find with the heat lotion and the cooling lotion that eucalyptus tends to be quite relaxing. So if you rub a little bit even along your shoulders or the back of your neck, even before bed, I find you get a really, really good night's sleep. I sort of discovered that from having a sore neck and rubbing it in, and then realizing, oh my God, actually get a really good night's sleep. It's really, really relaxing. So top tip on the cooling lotion. The Move, I do sell a lot of Move too. My daughter uses the Move, even though she's only 25. How do I get my customers initially? Initially, I do a lot of events. So you can see from the picture Louise put up first. Yeah, that picture there. Thank you, Louise. So I do a lot of events where I meet hundreds and hundreds of people. Not everybody buys, but it's nice to talk to everybody. And if you spend a few moments speaking to people, you find out a little bit about them. And if you find out a little bit about them, you can then direct them to the correct product. So top tip when I'm doing events is we often start off with a quick run through of the products. And what you will also find is when you're doing an event, if you start to run through the products quite quickly, now we're talking about like 2 sentences, 1 sentence on each product, what you'll find is the one they're interested in, the one that's caught their attention, they'll keep their eyes on. Even though you've moved on to another product, they'll keep their eyes on that product. So if you watch them, you'll see which product is of interest to them. And then you can kind of zoom in on that product and say, I see you're looking at the Propolis cream, or I see you're looking at the cooling lotion. And then have that conversation. And usually then you'll narrow down that that is the product they're looking for. And most of the time they'll tell you why they're looking for that product. So know your products, use your products. Who do you know? Like I said, mostly I will retail at events, but I'm quite good then at keeping my customers after that. So always think about your demographic. For us, obviously, a lot of that is the horse industry, because any of you know riders know that they literally crocked aches, pains, sore muscles, injuries, everything. So they're perfect candidates for these 3 products. So share the products with those people. And I'm sure most of you will know people who, you know, have a little wear and tear on the muscles and the joints, like to keep active and athletic. And you can mention to them that these products help you in doing so. So yeah, so once you've shared the products and they've bought the products from you, I think we have another slide coming up now. So after sales care, I always call people within a couple of days of buying the product. The reason I do that is to find out, well, first of all, a lot of the time they haven't even started on the product yet. So when you do contact them, they may say, oh, I haven't even gotten started yet. I must do that. And you can say to them, well, if you need questions, do you remember how to use it? And oftentimes they won't, because as you know, with our products, it's all often a bit vague on the back of the tube as to how you use it. You know, for example, I think jelly just says nice companion for the skin or something like that. So it's really, really important that you do the follow-up phone call. What I like in the follow-up phone call too is you're not asking for another sale. If you leave it for a month or two before you call them again, then you are asking for another sale when they probably haven't started on the product because maybe they've forgotten how to use it, or they've even forgotten they bought it, they got busy. So when you do your call a couple of days after they've bought it, you run through the benefits of the product and how to use it. Now, I liken this to, let's say you bought a new washing machine or a dishwasher. You get it home and then the challenge starts, figuring out all the different cycles, when to use, how to use, all of that. And mostly, I don't know if you're like me, but maybe you just stick to one cycle because that's the only one you can figure out in your new washing machine. Imagine if you got a call from somebody a couple of days after you bought it saying, hey, you bought your new washing machine with us and I know you got delivery of it a couple of days ago and I'm just calling to see if you have any questions. Have you figured out the cycles? I'm here to help you figure it all out and find what works best for you. So wouldn't you be delighted? You'd be saying, yeah, actually, I just started to use it and I noticed X, Y, and Z. Could you explain that to me? So that's what I do with the products. I call them a couple of days after they receive them and I go through why they might have bought it. You'd be surprised how many people come to me at a stand and say, I bought that jelly or I bought that propolis cream sometime last year. I don't even remember what I bought it for or what it works for. So don't be surprised if your customer doesn't even remember what they bought it for. Sounded good at the time, they get it home, they turn around on the back and they find there isn't a whole lot of information and they can't remember what it does. So please contact your customers a couple of days after, go through it with them. And then you can even say, so, you know, why don't you open it today, get started on it. And you know what, I'll give you a call in another few days or I'll give you a call next week and we'll see how you're getting on. People actually really like that. That's the difference between us and the shops. We actually contact people, we give them personal customer service. So then it's really, really easy about a month or so later, depending on what product that they've bought from you, to get your follow-up sale. Here it says free delivery offer. That's something that I use a lot. If somebody buys more than 2 products, I'll give free delivery. I don't give free delivery on one product, but if they buy more than 2, I'll give free delivery. So people are usually delighted with that. And exclusive offers. What I tend to do is send a text out saying that there's an exclusive offer, but I don't make that offer on the product they're already using. I make it on another product. Most people do not come to me for the offer on the product that I gave. It's a very gentle reminder that they need some of the product they use. So I send out a nice offer to my clients and then my texts start coming in. Can I have my usual, please? So most of them ignore 1 or 2 pick up on the offer, but most of them ignore it and come back with, I'd like my propolis cream or I'd like my RG or I'd like my cooling lotion. And I think it's a lovely way of reminding them, actually giving them a good offer, but also a very gentle reminder that they're probably due their products. So that's how I do, and that works really, really well for me. So do we have another slide there, Louise, or is that us done? Okay, so that's me done. I hope some of those tips helped you. So the next register for the next rolling training is on Monday, 3rd of June, and you can see that the link is there, but also you can scan the QR code. So I want to say thank you to Louise. The information was fabulous this evening. I hope you all enjoyed it. And I hope to see or talk to you all soon. Take care now. Bye-bye.